Hello, bonjour, bienvenidos, benvenuti, welcome to the Music Polyglot channel. Today we're going to learn Sons and Daughters by Allman Brown, but we're going to learn the way he plays it live, which is slightly different than what you hear on the record. Okay, so a couple of things to mention before we get going. We are in standard tuning and we have a capo on the 2nd fret. Now you know that when we have a capo, we refer to everything from the capo. So say if I said fret 1, it means the first one after the capo, fret 2, etc, etc. And even the chords and notes is as if your capo was fret 0. Now, having said that, let's talk a little bit about the rhythm. We have several strumming patterns in this song. We have at least 4, but they're all based around one type of note called the 16th note or semiquaver. What does that mean? So if you have your beat here, say 1, 2, 3, 16th notes or semiquavers are a subdivision of your beat. You can fit 4 16th notes in each beat. So you would have 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and like that. So the 4 even notes. And notice how in terms of the strumming, you're just going down, up, 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 right? Your hand going down on the beats. And then on the ands, 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and okay, that's the slowed down version. Great. Now let's talk about the first strumming pattern in the intro and verses. Let me play it for you once so that you can see what's going on. I'll play it at the actual tempo and then slower. So here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now slow, same thing. Okay, let's talk about the chords first. Pretty simple. The first one is E minor. It's the E minor that you know. Chord number 2 it's not that. Chord number 2 is this, which is a type of D chord. It's a D major chord with a 4th, a 6th, and a 9th. And the 3rd chord is the exact same shape, but 2 frets lower on the 3rd fret. And you'll notice how at some point the pinky gets involved as well on the 2nd string, right? Also on the 3rd fret. Cool. All right, so those are the 3 chords. Let's talk about how we put that together with the rhythm. The rhythm is a 2-bar pattern. So we'll break it down 1 bar at a time. The first bar goes that's the first bar. In terms of the rhythm, we're looking at 1, 2, 3E and 4E and 1. Okay, so we have 3 beats on the E minor. 1, 2, 3E and then for 4 you move to the 2nd chord, that D major with the added notes. 4E and we strum every 16th note on the 4th beat on that D chord, and then we drop down to the G. Okay, so now counting, because it might be easier to count the rhythm first and then play the chords. The first bar would go 1, 2, 3E and 4E and with the chords you have 1, 2, 3E and 4E and on the 2nd chord. Little tip here, notice how I don't actually wait until the end of my 3rd beat to move, right? It's okay if you take your fingers off and you get a couple of open strums before you land on the 4th beat on the right chord. The most important thing is to land at the right time. It's okay to leave the previous chord a little bit earlier if it helps you get to where you're going, bang in time. So one last time. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. On the second bar, we stay on that C major 7 type of chord with a G in the bass. This is a C major 7 over G. And the rhythm goes 1 and a 2 and a E and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 and a E and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 and a E and a 4 E and a. So you might have noticed that there on the last time I added my pinky on the second string, 3rd fret from beat 2. So that's 1 and a 2 and a E and a 4 E and a. Okay, so going back, let's play that together. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 and a E and a 4 E and a. Great. Cool. So take that apart, slow it down, make sure that you're playing it right. Now, you don't have to be playing exactly this rhythm every single time, right? You will also hear, when you hear the record, when you hear live performances especially, right, because he actually plays the full chords only in live performances from the beginning, you'll notice how he changes the pattern ever so slightly every single time. So you can do the same as long as you are playing something along these lines, it'll sound great. But that's pattern number 1, that's played over the intro and verse. Now let's have a look at pattern number 2. So the previous sequence is played 3 times, but on the 4th time, the chords are slightly different and the rhythm is slightly different. Let me play it for you so that you can hear it. Again, I'll play it once at the actual tempo and then again slowly. 3, 4. Okay, so what's going on there? So on that 4th time, we go back to that E minor. Right, so we have 1, 2 E and A. On 3, we're on the C major 7 over G. And we also play 3, 4 E and A. And then at the beginning of the next bar, this is a new chord. This is a G 6th. Because we have the open E ringing out, that makes it a 6th chord. And that's our new chord, on which we just play 1 and a 2 and a E and a 4 E and a, just like in the previous pattern. So all together one more time with the counting, that would go 1, 2 E and a 3, 4 E and a 1 and 2 and a E and a 4 E and a. Okay. And this is what happens on the 4th time in each verse. Let's look at the choruses now. So how's it going so far? If you have any questions, don't forget to pop them in the comments below. I read everything and I will answer if you have any questions. If you'd like a one-on-one lesson on this song, all you have to do is to contact me through my website, to which I'll leave a link in the description below. If you need tabs, check out the Patreon page. Let's talk about the chorus, which goes like this. 3, 4. Okay, so you've probably noticed that we have 3 chords: E minor, C over G, and G6. Right, and the rhythm goes 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. Slow. 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 and the 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So on the fourth time, something slightly different happens. So we'll have a look at that independently. Check it out. You're going. So far, so good. But here, you stay on this chord. And then you go up. To that D major chord with a ninth and a fourth with a bass in the A. Okay? So essentially you have E minor, 1 and 2 E and then you change to that C over G, and you have a full bar here, right? So it's actually the previous bar, that's a bar of 2. And here you have 1 and 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and you move the exact same shape 2 frets up, 1 and the 2 E and E and 4 E and E and the 2 E and E and 4 E and okay. Now that rhythm on that D type of chord is slightly different, although rather than trying to work it out, laboriously note by note, I would just try and play a little bit more sparsely. Listen to the record and see if you can copy kind of something along the lines of what's happening there. There's no need to obsess about what exactly is happening there. But, I'll play it for you slowly, so if you want to copy it note by note, here it is. So it goes 1 and 2 E and E and 4 E and E and 2 E and E and 4 E and one more time. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, that's how that goes. So let me play that transition once as a whole so that you can hear what's going on. So from the end of the chorus, so let's say the last time. And on the last time, you go to an A minor 7 instead of the D. And then C over G, you start strumming. D. And then sometimes he plays that C not as a C over G, but just as a C add 9, which makes it easier, because then you can play the G over B like that, and the D like that, right? They're essentially the same chord, a C add 9 and a C over G, essentially the same chord. When you're coming down from the chorus, it makes sense to play that one because that's the one you've been playing before and you have it on your fingers. And the second time it makes sense to play that because it makes the rest easier. So you can pick whichever one you prefer. He plays both. He plays that the first time and that the second time because of the reasons that I just told you. It's easier. So there we have it. If that was useful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for staying till the end, and I'll see you next time. Hasta la prossima, arrivederci, au revoir.